he must have known and wondered about it even as a little boy, you know, younger than 9 even. But probably by my coming back to England, it made it realise it that much more. I thought he was very much a loner, which he probably was. A bit confused by me coming back, and understandably so, I guess.
Even though, you know, we spent some really great times together, my mother suffered dreadfully from guilt and from regret because she had lost her marriage and lost her son. I honestly think the death of my half-brother Brian was the absolute downfall of my mother. That was the beginning of the end for her, and she really just sort of frittered away the rest of her life. What I learned was not to take that course.
Do anything in this world for me. I got a kind-hearted woman. Do anything in this world for me.
In 2002, Clapton married Malia McKennery, with whom he now has 3 young daughters. At last, it appears, he's found contentment.
I mean, it's like I've found Rose. I've found the reincarnation of Rose with my wife because, you know, I didn't choose Rose to be my grandmother. I was just lucky to have her there. At the beginning of the millennium, I met this woman who has most of those attributes. I mean, she loves me, you know, and most of the women that I had met up until her, well, that could be a questionable thing. Did they love me or not? I don't know. What I feel about my present situation is that my wife loves me for who I am, warts and all.
Got a kind-hearted woman. Studies evil all the time.
You've talked about the last 10 years being the most contented period in your life. The way you can keep sober is by helping other people to keep sober. The way you can not be addicted to various things is by helping other people not to. And this is something that you keep in mind and have to work on.
My normal state of being is self-obsession and grandiosity, arrogance, all of those things. I mean, I suffer from these things, I think, more than other people do. I think because I have what I regard as a disease, I have symptoms of it, which I have to correct on a daily basis. But I find that my day is enhanced, or it seems to be anyway, by when I take care of someone else's well-being. And that was what was told to me when I was, you know, first getting sober and first trying to figure out how it worked.
But there are bigger things, setting up this crossroads, for instance. In the past 5 years, Clapton has organised 2 live music festivals featuring many of the world's most acclaimed guitarists. The events have raised money for the Crossroads Centre in Antigua, a foundation set up by Clapton in 1997 for the treatment of drug and alcohol addiction.
It's based on one thing, getting a couple of people sober that I knew that were on the street in Antigua, and I thought, and they're not, you know, they're still out there. We'll never get them, perhaps, or probably. But those were the ones that I thought, if you put it in place, then see if they'll show something. So far, they haven't. I mean, these particular guys I'm thinking of. But a lot of other people have. But it's been on a very, small scale.
I have finally found a way to live. I can never could before.
My thing is always to find people to work with. If I was left alone, I'd probably go fishing and shooting. I have to play with people. And I'm always thinking of who I want to play with. So, in the past it's been B.B. King and J.J. Cale. Now it's, I'm looking forward to working with Steve Winwood in a limited way, whatever we decide to do.
I have found a way to live. In the curves of the Lord. And I know I don't have much to give, but some I can open any door.
I'm always drawn back to my roots in the end. I mean, there's folk music and blues and things like that. So when I sit down and play the guitar, I play the things that I always play.
In 2005, Clapton joined up again with Jack Bruce and Ginger Baker for a triumphant reunion of Cream.
I've been waiting so long to be where I'm going in the sunshine of your love.
I had no idea of really what was going on inside those guys. And when we all got together, then I found out. And I had to adapt. And suddenly I started learning. I learned mainly from Jack. We didn't give a damn about who liked what we did or whether or not it was going to be successful or not. We just had a great time playing with one another.
Why did you decide to reform the group?
I think selective memory. I'd forgotten. I'd forgotten, It could be partly that. What is it, 40 years? I mean, I've often had people come up to me on the street and say, "Oh, can I get your autograph? I loved your work with Cream," I think, well, wait a minute, that's... And it has happened so many times that I thought there must have been something there. I missed them, I had missed them for a long time. And I kind of realized deep down that as much as they might want to get together again, that it was really my call, that because I had walked from it, and at some point it just started to, it really just came into my mind more and more and more, that I would get up and I'd think about it. And I thought, well, you may not need to do it for whatever reason, but maybe they'd benefit off. Not only that, we can. We actually can, because we're all still alive.
I went down to the crossroads, down on my knees. Down to the crossroads, down on my knees. Ask the Lord of mercy, say please if you please.
And I thought this was worth it. This is worth every minute of whatever grief and stress we may have experienced in the past, just to come back to this.
So it's a good time to be Eric Clapton.
It's a very good time. Best time ever. Really.
Well, maybe in 20 years' time, Eric, we'll give it a
Where will
third
we
go.
be then? My God. Well, no, I think
You'll
we'll
probably be here.
Let's make a date.
All right.
Okay.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much, Melvin.
You can run, till my friend hold it down. You can run, till my friend hold it down. And I'm standing at this crossroad, I believe I'm sinking down. Good morning, Clapton. Eric Clapton on the guitar vocals.